It seems like only yesterday that McLaren announced the MP412C. I was a big fan of that car and in coupe and in Spider form. We're now at an evolution where we've got to a 675 LT. Tell me more about this.
Yeah, so we've got more power, we've got more torque, we've saved 100 kilos in weight, so we have an outstanding power to weight ratio of 549 PS per tonne. And I'll just start with a design to explain to you how we've achieved all of this. So we've got a brand new front bumper and splitter, which is 80% larger than the one on the 650S. We've lowered the car at the front by 20 millimeters, and there's a 20 millimeters wider track, so for a very, very aggressive stance. So what's happening at the front then is this, these new end plates as well are trapping the air on top of this larger splitter to support what we've got is a 40% more downforce on the car to really push the car down onto the track. So these end plates are trapping the air on the splitter, but also smoothing the airflow down the side of the car, past the brand new wheel designs, onto this now larger full-length side intake, and into the new larger side intakes. Upper is new and larger than the 650S, although you will have seen that before.
Sure.
But there's a brand new lower side intake. The story with this car is that with the 25 more PS and 22 more Newton meters of torque, to keep that cool, we've actually managed that through airflow management. We're very, very well known for our aerodynamic expertise.
Absolutely.
So there's no extra cooling capacity on the car, there's no more weight, there's no more oil coolers, no bigger radiators, nothing like that. It's all managed through airflow. We're making the existing cooling package just work that much harder to support the performance on the car, which I think is a really, really great achievement. So we've got new carbon fibre front bumper, as I said, new carbon fibre side skirts, as I've said, and then everything from the B pillar rearwards is brand new and with new geometry, all in carbon fibre.
Now that must take significant investment, because the temptation is obviously to try and use bits from the corporate part bin to keep costs down. That's a brave decision.
Yeah, it's all driven by the very, very strict and high technical targets we've set for this project. So, so right from the outset, we had a performance figure, a set of performance figures that we wanted to hit, which were driven by a weight-saving target. So therefore, it had to be delivered as such.
Sure.
Yeah. So all of the panels rearwards of the door are brand new. New carbon fibre panels in the engine bay, a brand new carbon fibre plenum, which is sort of communicating the 50% change content inside the engine. So you've got new turbos, new camshaft, conrods, oil, fuel and water pump, slightly new head. Significant change. So it's not just a software tune on the car delivering this extra power. So it's a bespoke package that all works together to deliver the performance.
Another question. You talk about lowering the car by 20 mil. How is that going to translate into practicality? Because the thing about the McLaren, it was always a very user-friendly road car as well as a track weapon.
So we've lowered the car at the front by 20 mil. The car the springs are 27% stiffer at the front and 63% stiffer at the rear. But still, with our kinetic suspension system, you'll find that in comparison with a lot of other competitors, the ride in the normal chassis setting is still tremendously compliant and very comfortable. You could very, very easily get in this car, drive to Spa, switch to track, razz around the track for 2 hours, and then with enough tyres left, come home for another 2 hours drive. It's still a very comfortable car. It's fundamentally a McLaren, so you've got a low scuttle, excellent visibility out the front and out the side of the car. Fantastic driving position, so it's very, very easy to see the car's extremities, feel comfortable in the car, and if you feel comfortable, you'll use the car properly, won't you?
Totally.
Which is what we want to hear.
I mean, what you've described to me sums up what I'd want to be doing with one of these. Can we have a look inside the car?
Absolutely.
What that's like. Thank you. What I didn't realise, looking at this plate here, is that you're limited to 500 units as such.
Indeed, yeah. So we're limiting to 500 units worldwide to really guarantee the exclusivity of this model. Yeah.
Okay. The interior, being very typically McLaren, is quite user friendly. There isn't a lot of overly complicated tech in there from a driver's perspective.
Yeah.
It's nice, it's simple, it's very, very well laid out.
No buttons on the steering wheel, that sort of thing, yeah.
Absolutely. Have you still got the temperature control set into the doors or not?
So one of the moves to save the 100 kilos in weight, which was our target, which we've achieved, part of that is to move the air conditioning controls from the doors into the Iris touch screen.
I see.
Yeah, so it's all in the touch screen now on this particular model.
It's a complete departure. I mean, it's actually a very comfortable place to be.
Absolutely, yeah. If you're comfortable, you'll drive it properly and you'll feel in control. That's a fundamental of any McLaren.
Okay, and here's a fairly tricky question, I suppose. What do you perceive your target audience to be? Is it going to be existing McLaren owners, or are you trying to woo them away from Lamborghini and Ferrari as such?
I think that certainly in terms of our competitors, there's the 458 Speciale, so the customer that's very interested in track driving. This is the most track-focused McLaren supercar to date, really. So the 458 Speciale customer is going to be interested in this, but the performance is really on another level to that car, and it really puts it into the Aventador class. Certainly from a performance perspective, so we think that that those guys, the drivers of that car, will be very interested in this car too. But also, we're talking to P1 owners; they're very interested in this car as well.
Final question for you. You've talked about weight saving. I would imagine, as a consequence of that, there are no plans for this ever to become a Spider. I guess it's going to remain as a coupe for precisely that reason.
Coupe only. That's right. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Pleasure.